Hello, my fellow Capricorns. My name is Sarah, otherwise known as Tarot by Peachy, and this is our month ahead reading for July. So let's see what the month has in store for us little sea goats. I'm going to use three different decks today. So I'm going to start with the Emerald Papyrus Tarot. Then I'll also use the Cosmic Guidance Oracle, and I'll wrap things up with a lovely affirmation card from the Crystal Affirmations deck. So hopefully lots of guidance. Let's get into it. So when I do a month ahead reading, the way I like to structure it is take a look at what is the energy that is coming into us overall, and then what are the potential challenges and opportunities that we'll meet on our path this month. So starting with that overall energy for Capricorn, the card that I've pulled out is the Six of Columns, which is traditionally the Six of Wands in a typical set of cards. So in terms of what's coming in for Capricorn overall, this is a card that is about triumph. This is a card that's about recognition and celebrating our success. For Capricorn, July represents that period where we finally get to stand in the sun and be seen. So any projects that you've been working on, any kind of hard work that you've been putting in any area of your life, whether that's your relationships, your professional life, people will start to see that. People will start to believe in it, and people will start to recognize and celebrate your efforts and celebrate your success. For some of you, there may be forms of literal recognition. So, there could be some, award wins on the cards, for example, or there could be some sort of financial recognition and work through something like a bonus scheme. It's all about you being seen. Finally, your hard work is there for everyone to see. So enjoy it. Allow yourself to, as I say, stand in the sun and feel that recognition and praise, because you do deserve it. Now, this card is connected to the sign Leo, so it could well be that it is connected to the timing of the sun entering Leo in July as well. So watch out for that, and fingers crossed, because we all deserve it, let's face it. So let's take a look at what the potential opportunities are coming in July. So the card that I've pulled for this is Temperance. Now, this tells me that in July there is better balance for Capricorn. And let me tell you, even I am glad to hear it. If it's felt like the last 6 months have been a little bit of a hamster wheel and just, busy, a little bit chaotic, perhaps not having a great work-life balance, or not perhaps having the time to dedicate to certain areas of your life that you would like, July offers that real opportunity to find that balance and a little bit more harmonious energy in our lives. Now, temperance is all about blending, so it might well be that we start to get a little bit clever with how we're spending our time, and we start to see ways that we can make certain things work together, blending different aspects of our life together to suit ourselves, to make our time work better for us. But this is also a card that I connect to healing and renewal. So I really get that feeling of July offering so much more breathing space for us. So if you've been a busy little Capricorn for the last 6 months, it really feels like July offers that opportunity to just really break the back of everything and start to get away of, as I say, balancing things, making things more harmonious, making things actually work for you, where it feels like perhaps it's been a little bit chaotic. And then for potential challenges for Capricorn in July, I've pulled out the Four of Vessels, which is the Four of Cups. Now, it's funny because I'm saying that an opportunity is there, in that Temperance card to find ways to make things work or feel more harmonious in life. The overall energy coming in is this feeling of recognition and being seen and being celebrated. But this Four of Cups or Four of Vessels is almost like feeling so dissatisfied with that, as if we have the danger or the challenge this month of potentially focusing too much on what didn't happen or what we didn't achieve. To the point that we actually end up missing some of the potential opportunities that get offered to us. So my advice with the Four of Cups is always to take that kind of a step back stop focusing so much on what went wrong. Now, with temperance, of course, there's a need for balance. We can't completely disregard what went wrong. It's really important that we do analyze that somewhere and that we learn from it. But what's also important is that we don't spend too long dwelling on it, and that we actually allow ourselves the opportunity to recognize our success. So it feels like there's some real opportunities, as I say, being offered to us in July, but we run the risk of not even seeing them if we're too focused on, right, okay, that bit of work's done, here's everything that I did wrong in that, and on to the next thing. When we step back and reflect, we need to take in the whole landscape. We need to look at what went well there. What are the things that I need to celebrate and recognise that I can carry forward? And what are the things that didn't go so well that I'm going to learn from for the next time? And I'll also carry that forward, but not from the perspective of, being extremely self-critical. Okay, so next up I've got the lovely Cosmic Guidance Oracle. Let us see what this has to offer us in July. Now, what's really interesting is the card of hard work has come out, and at the bottom of this it says commitment and perseverance. Again, it feels like this whole message of, the last 6 months, where it feels like we have really been committed and persevering with something. That hard work is going to pay off in July. We are going to be recognised. This card literally has bees and their honey on it, so it's almost like, getting that honey, that little sense of reward out of your hard work. Now, the second card that I've pulled out is change, and it says new season of life. So again, I'm going back to that Four of Cups card and this feeling of there being an opportunity coming in for us, a real opportunity for change. And I do feel for the positive, especially with that Six of Wands energy, that sun energy. That new season of life is like our summer season. As I said, it's like standing in the sun. And this card is all about, embracing that change. A new season of life is a real opportunity to start again with the learnings from the previous season that we've just been in. So I really think that for Capricorn, it's really important that we take the time in July to not only enjoy the fruits of our labour and our hard work, but take that time to pause and reflect on what have we learned, what's new for us, and how are we going to take what we've learned from the past into these new opportunities and not let it stand in our way. Okay, and let's wrap it up with a couple of affirmations for July for Capricorn. Let's see what we pull out. And as I said, I'm using the lovely crystal affirmations deck for these. So the first one that I've pulled out, it's actually a crystal I always struggle to say the name of, but it's vanadinite. And the affirmation with this is, I turn every intention into action and accomplish my goals. So I turn every intention into action and accomplish my goals. There's that hard work paying off vibe coming in again. And then the other card that I've pulled out is Ruby Zoisite. Again, never know if I'm saying that one correctly. But listen to this. Vitality glows within me and I move towards fulfillment with improved awareness. So vitality glows within me and I move towards fulfillment with improved awareness. Didn't I just say about how it's our time to stand in the sun, the planet of vitality, and then improved awareness about taking that time to actually step back and learn from everything that we've been working on over the last 6 months, so that when July offers us some new opportunities, some changes, that we're not sitting there stagnant and too stuck in our ways that we don't embrace it, that we actually take the opportunity to run with it with the improved insight of what went well before and what didn't go so well. So, thank you for listening, Capricorn. I hope that July is good to us all.